Okay, so the challenge is, because I don't have much bathroom space, is to mount this, well, don't be grossed out, but this is a tongue scraper onto the wall. And I have these spare magnets that are about 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters, and it's I think it's 4 millimeters. Yeah, let's call it 5 millimeters high. Oh, jeez. This is the problem when you don't have, your things are magnetic. Okay. And I have some tape because I don't want to drill holes in the wall. I thought maybe I can just make a mount where it somehow connects like this. So let's talk about the design now. So with my process in designing, all I do is flatten it. I imagine it in layers, and this is the final product. We can hide this. Let me just drag. Pop. Make a folder. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide that. So I just imagine everything in layers and pieces. The design tool you use doesn't really matter too much. But here I wanted to make a box for the, that's the width of the magnet. You can see it's 10.1, not 10, so I gave a little bit of room. So 0.1 of a millimeter, just for some errors, so it can fit. I have space for the tape, so I measured the width of the tape here. You can see this is about 25-ish millimeters. So let's look at the dimensions. So I gave an extra millimeter there, extra millimeter there. This is basically arbitrary for me because I'm just prototyping. And if it works and if it's good enough, which it is, I'll show afterwards, that I'll just keep it. The second part is I wanted to make sure, like these two lines, to make sure that I can have a visual indication where the magnet sits. So the magnet's only in the center, and I don't want to like guess where it holds. So the edges will be raised. And how I do this is just essentially in layers. So the first layer, let's just select this. So you just draw lines. There we go. So this is the first layer. Yikes. And this should be as thick as the, as thick as the thickness of the tape that I want. So let's just measure that. Yeah, ignore the magnet. So about a millimeter. It needs to. It shows 1.2 or 1.1 on the what is it called again? Caliper. So I'm just going to call it a millimeter because I want some of the tape to actually stick. So when I push it down, it's going to compress a bit on the wall, and I want it to be as flush as possible. So that extra 0.1, 0.2 of a millimeter on the tape would hopefully create some adhesion. Also, something to pay attention to, and I didn't, and this is a happy accident, is bridging. So when the print head is printing, and it's printing over thin air, so you cross, it's actually going to it's going to take some space. So instead of a millimeter, it's going to be actually 0.8 millimeters high. So that's our first layer there. And the tape is the thinnest part of what we have. Now the second thickness is that okay, now it's 4 millimeters. So the second layer would be, we're going to extrude to the height of the where the magnet was set. So we had 1 millimeter, the magnet's 3 millimeters. So I'm just going to add the height of the magnet. That's great. I'm going to align that over there. Done. Now I want to not show the magnet. I want to make sure that the magnet doesn't come out through the object, so I need a flat plane here. Yeah, this is a problem working with these things. Oh, I'm upside down. Okay. Is it contextual? Let's see. 1. Yeah, okay, it is. Oh no, I'm not upside down. Should have done that. Ah, okay. Let's select all the bits. If you know a faster way of doing this, please share. And then I'm just going to have about a 1mm plate, and now it's underneath. Great. Oh, yeah, that's odd. I should have aligned this properly. Okay, so let's try doing this again. So I'm going to align this layer with that layer. Done. And the third layer here. Done. So you can see it's flush. Now the fourth piece, I just want these bars to signal that I should put the scraper in the middle. So I'm just going to extrude this. It could be 5mm. I kind of just wing this, and I want them to come to a point. And the point is so it's easy to grab, so I don't have any problems there. And this is my fourth layer. So I'm just going to push this from the bottom. Yikes. To there. No? Cancel? Select it. Alright. Okie dokie, we could do this. Align that. There. And I put that on the edge. Done. And to make my life easier, I'm just going to put that on that edge because they're symmetrical. So symmetry works. Then I send that out for printing, and what it comes back with is this. So here we go. We have, let's actually see how it fits. So I am going to put the magnet in this. Now this is my first gotcha design, and you notice all these little design problems after you're putting things together. This is you put the magnet in once and it's not going to come out. So if I've screwed up this design, that'd be kind of problematic, but I'm okay with it. And here, this is you can see that. Now for the tape, you could see the bridging there. So let's cut some tape. Scissors. I don't have scissors. I will be back. Oh, there we go. So let's make sure I get a clean piece of tape here. And this is why I'm also recommending wearing gloves, because when the oil from your fingers touch the tape, then it makes it less sticky. And technically I should use a knife. Oh, I guess I could get the magnet out. There we go. Just attach something that's magnetic, and I'll just eyeball that. So here we have our double-sided tape. It fits in the grooves, and then we place the magnet, and you can imagine that being installed. There. So use it, wash it, when I'm done with it, put it on the wall. What do you think?